Okay. Her Mercury in that Cancer, it's cardinal, but it's cardinal. So she is a strong need to express what she feels she knows, or to feel confident in her ability to talk and communicate. That's going to tie in with the Sun, because they're both in Cancer. It's going to tie in, but just seeing it by itself, that's okay. It's ruled by the Moon, which we talked about. But this imaginative Moon is far more imaginative than the Moon in Aquarius that rules it. The Moon would normally be trying to talk out the imaginative ideas, but the Sun would be encouraging the magic ideas as soon as someone else was encouraging her. As soon as if she's getting good feedback, or her teachers like her, she would be great. If her boss likes her, she'd be great. If a partner likes her and is giving feedback, she'd be super functional. But as soon as they back off, she'd get mad, she'd get hurt, she'd get defensive, and it would be difficult. The two sides. But this Mercury, it's sextile Venus. That has a charming side. It sextiles Pluto. You know, it's in the ninth house. So this ability to translate, communicate, learn two languages, because she lived in China, she lives here, she has the two languages. So she learned how to communicate, learned it so well, she can translate. And not just written translation, she can orally translate on the spot. That's a really good ability to react to other people and be able to put back right away. So this Mercury is squared, it has a sextile, but has one difficult aspect, the square to Saturn. That's an inhibited aspect. That Saturn makes the Mercury cautious and more insecure. I don't know enough. Should I do this? I better do something safe. I better be secure. It makes them plan a little more cautious. This Saturn coming to the Mercury has echoes of the Moon in Aquarius ruling it. They kind of gang up on that Mercury. So her instincts are to be practical. Her mind isn't exactly so, but there's pressure on her. I got to think practically. I got to plan this. I got to take care of this. I got to be serious about what I'm thinking. This ability to strategize. So Saturn restricts the imagination of the Mercury in Cancer. Well, I didn't do the houses as much. Okay, first, but I'm just jumping around a little bit. So the signs in the houses it's setting, then there's a need to respond mentally to other people. When someone talks to you, to react. So again, the translator who's reacting to what other people are saying is doing exactly that. It's just not their content they're putting out, but they're translating what's coming in and they're putting it out. So translating where other people would be coming from in business, in a consultation, you have the psychologist Sun in the 8th, but the Mercury in the 7th house is about sharing, but listening to others, being able to communicate with others and talk to others. So you can see, wow, the plus of having two languages to do that in. You'd be sure that with the Saturn square Mercury, she doesn't necessarily like to study. It has to be practical, has to be a practical thing. That's the Saturn. It's a tendency to not have as much education, to not have, so probably she took the translation as a practical side rather than going for the PhD and having to put up with all, but so there's a cautious way of thinking within this, and it's reinforced by the Saturn. It's in the 7th house. So she's going to worry. That Saturn to the Mercury makes Mercury worry. That Mercury in the 7th house, it's setting above the horizon. It deals with partnerships at work or personal. So she's going to be serious about her partner. She's going to be serious about every impression she takes in from her partner. That means Cancer, Mercury in Cancer, could possibly worry too much about the other partner. So she could worry about meeting someone, Then when she meets someone, she could worry about every little thing, trying to fix everything and be worrying too much. And it's hard to just cheer up and be bubbly. Or she could attract someone that's bossy and trying. I don't think it's so much someone trying to be bossy with her. I think it's her trying to take care of everything, trying to be in touch with it, trying to be responsible and listen. But that's not necessarily the quality that everyone else wants. In the relationship with the Gemini in the 7th house and the Mercury there, the need to communicate and to have a relationship with communication and to respond to the partner's communication. That's great as long as he's talking to you. If he pulls away, now she has two languages, so whether her partner would have two languages or one language would hit this nerve a little bit. But the ability to respond and be serious about one's response to others, just as she would be translating and serious about it in a relationship, she'd be translating impressions, taking the ideas, coming in and thinking, what can I do? The Mercury's in Cardinal, how can I can feel she needs the input that she is a setting chart. She needs the feedback. Once she gets the feedback from someone, she's going to be thinking what has to be done. But she could be thinking overly practical or overly cautiously, defensive, and not perhaps playful enough. It'll be hard to get out of the home and the office to go out and have fun. It depends on the type of partner, whether it reinforced that or added other energy to that. Ideally, you should have a partner that would say, hey, let's go out and do things, and would bring that social element out to her. But there's just little echoes here. We're talking about the Mercury, we're looking in the 7th, we're looking at Cancer, ruled by the moon, moon squared by Neptune, opposed by Jupiter. It's possible she could have someone that isn't relating to who she's trying to be or what she's trying to say, or could be very evasive, or could be drinking or something. There could be a puzzle around that. So there could be two worlds, the world of working reactions and the world of relationship reactions. And then the balance between how to function outwardly and hold it together and how to express what's going on. This is rocket fuel for the astrologer, for doing research, understanding things. You can see how a nice take it is for the psychologist. It's not necessarily the most comfortable of balances. So with the Mercury above the horizon and setting, would she go and get her education without being encouraged to do it, without a partner? If a partner wasn't supporting it, it would be harder to do. Or a business was making too many demands, it was hard to take the time away from it. Okay, so yeah, we just touched it. That's enough. I mean, any of these things we could spend an hour or two on and get more personal, talk to someone, communicate with someone. And in a consultation, sometimes you get there and you just spend the time on that one planet. I had clients that I would see once a month for 12 months. And each month we would completely do one planet. And they would do their therapy around themselves and work with that and go through that. It was one of the most fulfilling types of consultations I've done, but it's expensive and nobody can afford to do that much. Okay, in the Sun, the Mercury, so her way of thinking, her values, her emotions, what she wants, what she likes, it's in Virgo. She's going to be responding. She's going to be reacting. That's the try and respond. It's reflective. It's responding. Darkness is increasing, but the daylight's still greater. It's like, here I am, but I want to make things better. But here's with Venus there. It's fussy. It's picky. It's analytical about what I want. I want this. It's very prudent. I want exactly this. Oh, it can't be this. It's got to be this. It's very detailed. It's always analyzing what I want. Now, there's no bad aspects to the Venus. It's a sextile to Mercury that rules it. There's no bad aspects. Venus just sits there in Virgo. So the analyzing what I want and what I like, trying to make it perfect, trying to make what I want better, trying to improve things, make things nicer. That's that Venus. And since it's setting, I want to make things nicer for you. I want to improve your situation. I want to make things nicer. And if I'm making things nicer, I'd like you to be able to talk to you if I make things nicer, I expect I can talk to you and you'll listen. Why wouldn't you? As long as someone will be listening and responding, that's good. But if you're doing these things, expecting things, trying to make things nicer, and other people are taking advantage of that, you're going to have difficulty analyzing. The analysis of the Virgo makes the emotions, like the feelings are exaggerated, the emotions are analyzed, the mood, the sympathies, the basic needs are analytical, are strategized, the moon in Aquarius. So this is a practical side. So, and you could see this practical side. If she was at home in China and things weren't working out well, why wouldn't I go to another, if I went to another country, I might be able to get what I want much better than just stay here with poor choices to respond to. Okay, but generally you expect her to be able to get what she wants. She's just going to be fussy about it. That Mercury ruled it. And the Mercury that rules it is a little bit cautious. It's in Cancer. It's imaginative. It's encouraged to go be imaginative. Be this. Try this. Go for this. This is secure. And the Mercury that rules it's in the 7th house of would she get the partner who she's sensitive to, telling her what she wants. She knows what she wants. Does the partner want what she wants? How does she? She's not going to push her point of what she wants. She's going to try and respond to align with someone that likes what she wants. But she's always trying to improve and pick it up. That could sometimes be interpreted perhaps as a nagging quality. Unless we could make this better. Isn't that enough? Okay, so there's a very meticulous analysis of going on, both of her feelings and her desires of what she wants. That's normal for her. It's in the 9th house of understanding, of morality, of principles. So her understanding, she has a practical sense of what's right or wrong. She could see clearly how if I align with someone, we can share things better, we could pay the mortgage, we could take care of things easy. 2 people, it's half the money, and as long as we're doing similar things, that would work well. Marriage can change things. She could be too strong in wanting these things. If she had a kid, she'd know exactly what was wanted and what she had to have, what she had to have, and it'd be hard to tell her that what she wants wasn't good enough. She's always working on what's best, what's good. No bad aspects to this Venus. It's a nice quality here. But it's setting, so there's a need to be appreciated. There's a need for that appreciation to come from other people. It's a 9th house. There's a need to other people understand the same thing she values, that she likes. I like this, I like that. What do we share? What do we like? And when she's thinking about it, the thinking about it is somewhat cautious. Would you want to attract someone that doesn't have any money? No, she'd probably attract someone that she would share a commitment with, or buy a mortgage or have kids or something like that's the more inclined thing. But that's a strong order if you're just responding to what the other person needs rather than projecting your needs. The other person's going to have to be living up to that expectation. Okay, but there's not really problems coming from this Venus. It's only that it's ruled by Mercury, and the Mercury has a tendency to be overly cautious and imaginative. So she's translating rather than writing. The Mercury in Cancer could be a good writer, but the Saturn makes it more cautious, more practical. The Venus is practical. What will pay money, what will not, what will do it. It's how do I improve this? How do I get better? You know, so in a way she went from translating, being able to learn the 2 languages to improve it till she could write translations, to improve it till she could talk translations more immediately and evolve the skill. I certainly see these things going on like this. See, so her Mercury rules all these planets and it rules the descendant, which we'll get to in a while. Okay, so the way she thinks is cautious, what she wants, very detailed and fussy. Exactly, got to be this, got to be that. This is not a person who can put up with crumbs in the bed or a sloppy person.